with a Thai call sign. The call sign is Henry Sugar 0, Zulu Queen Victor, HS0ZQV. Roger, copy that from Southern California. And call sign was a little fast, but I think I got it. Hotel Sugar number 0, Zulu Quebec Victor. What connection are you using to the ECR? Is it an all-star node? Go ahead. Yeah, in Thailand we have only up to 2 meters for privileges, so I have a 2-meter repeater here by the beach, and I have an all-star node. I've been all-star for a long time, so my node number is pretty low, 2164, and that's how I'm connected to. How's my audio? I was doing a little bit of tweaking. How copy? Anyways, yeah, it's good to hear Southern California. I'm actually from Claremont, not too far from you, but I got to tell you, watching TV, I'm glad I'm here because it's just I live a whole different life. My morning is walking on the beach for 2 hours, having a little breakfast. American sports come on in the morning. So today was a little bit of NBA with some friends, and now it's a little bit warm, so I'm inside the condo overlooking the beach. So not a bad deal. It's pretty inexpensive to live here if you not go crazy. So anyways, back to you. First of all, I punched in the call sign in QRZ. It didn't came out, but it came out that it's coming from Thailand. Let me repeat the call. Hotel Susan or Sierra number 0, Zulu Quebec Victor, HS0ZQV Victor. And audio is natural voice coming in to the ECR. Almost cell phone quality. If there was any background, very minimal, probably less than 5% on that. And I copy the 2 hours in the beach. Yeah, I'm 20 minutes away from the beach, or 20 miles east of the Pacific Ocean. So 5 miles east of Camp Pendleton. So that's Camp Pendleton inland. Not there's 2 Camp Pendleton. There's one in the coastline and there's one inland. So I'm 5 miles east of Camp Pendleton, which is 25 miles north of Vista, 45 miles southeast of 15, which is Temecula. I'm sure you're familiar with that. Yeah, I'm familiar with Claremont also. So I didn't write down the first name. Can you kindly repeat the first name and tell me how come the call sign is not registering in QRZ? Maybe it's a new one. Back to you. Okay, yeah, real quick. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I probably should put up a page. All that information in a country like Thailand is private, so none of it's public like in America. So it's they have real strict privacy laws here. Can you imagine? And actually, the biggest law that people violate here is defamation laws. You cannot put a bad review about a hotel or restaurant if they can prove that you've lost business. A tourist can put it in jail for a year. Now, it doesn't happen too often, but it has happened. You know, you get some guy who gets really upset. The best thing to do in Thailand is smile and walk away and not go back, but you have to be careful. Yeah, so you can look up my American call sign is Kilo Fox 7 Alpha Yankee. So that's, but I'm operating here on 2 meters, so I got to use a Thai call sign to be legal. It's funny, you know, we take for granted our privileges. Most scanners aren't allowed here, but because of my Thai call sign, allowed to receive on 440, 1200 for satellite work, but I am not allowed to transmit. But they are making great progress. I've been working with the ARL equivalent, and they're trying to emulate the bands in America. But if you ever miss America, just come to a foreign country and realize, especially ham radio, we got it made and we don't use the frequencies back home. I have a couple repeaters out in Southern California and Arizona, Nevada, so yeah, I'm real familiar with where you're at. Have some friends in Fallbrook and been over Highway 74 many times. Have a repeater on Santiago, so yeah, we get around. But right now we're enjoying being over here. Every day is 85 degrees. The only problem is it's always hot. You never get a cool day here. Anyways, yeah, my call sign in America is KF7AY, Kilo Fox 7 Alpha Yankee. So you'll see me on QRZ there. But yeah, I probably should put up a QRZ page for HS0ZQV.
Roger, comes out to John, Dolan Springs, Arizona. It's not coming out as Southern California. And I'm familiar with what you're talking about there in Asia, sir. I'm from the Philippines. So, yeah, we probably, our amateur radio program is probably a little bit more lenient than the one in Thailand. And I'm familiar with the politics over there too, in regards with certain restriction. So is Vietnam, would have probably the same restriction, and Singapore is another one, but totally different. Each country would have different ways of restriction in regards with the hobby, and so you're surrounded there by Laos, Cambodia, and pretty much when I do FT8 or sometimes on phone, Thai call signs are coming out in QRZ. So yeah, you're right. You probably need to register that call sign, but on my log, I'll just attach it.
Yeah, I really should have a QRZ page because most of my work here, repeater culture here is very different. When I first came to Thailand, 25 years ago in business, there was quite a ham community. A lot of foreigners here with repeater culture and all that, but that all died. So the ham radio culture here now is like a POTA activation on some of the islands. So I've gone out with some of the Thai groups and gone camping for the weekend on an island, which is a lot of fun. But it's mainly HF. So I have a little portable. I have a couple radios. G90. I think it's like a 20 watt radio, and I just sit on the beach, put up an antenna in a coconut tree, and work the world on 20 watts. So it's pretty cool. So I have to do more of that. But I do miss repeater culture since I've been building them for a long time. So we're trying to get some activity here, but there's too many distractions here, too many things to do. But when you're retired, you want to, you gotta have a hobby, right? So we're getting back into radio. So I wanted to ask you, I go to the Philippines, because I'm so close to the Philippines, I go with friends probably 4 or 5 times a year. It's great to visit. And I have looked into getting a call sign there, but I never have enough time. So for U.S. amateur or Thai amateur, is there a reciprocal agreement? Or couldn't quite get the story. It seems to change, but what's the requirements for an American call sign to get a license in the Philippines? That'd be fun to operate from there too. You have to be a resident.
No, it's not as strict as Thailand. It's basically, I forgot the association over there, Philippine Amateur Radio Club, I think. PARC, I think it's what it's called. But, if you Google Philippine Amateur Radio Club, it's probably going to come out. And then they attach, let's say if you're in Manila, it'll be your American call sign, which is KF7AY-DU, Delta Uniform. So there's Delta Uniform and there's other Delta second letter on different parts of the Philippines. And if you need to bring the radio like the G90, you have to register that to the association first. And then when they check it in the airport, you can probably give them the documentation. So it's a little bit more lenient, I would say. And then you can easily get a Philippine call sign too, because I have some other friends over here that has American and Philippine call signs that he's using. You just have to take there's a no-code tech over there, so you have to pass the test on the CW. It's a requirement, like the old style over here in the U.S., to get the actual Philippine call sign. But if you do the dash, you don't need to take the test. I'll bring it back to you, John.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're old school. Actually, I entered it as a novice in CW requirements. At the time, though, I never could do 20 words in front of the FCC. It was pretty nerve-wracking. I couldn't pass. I tried a couple times, and I never really worked at CW before, so that was part of my problem, just not enough practical practice. So by the time they had the extra with no code, I declined on doing the extra because it was a downgrade. At least with the advanced call sign, I can prove I did 13 words per minute at the FCC a long time ago. Anyways, very good. Yeah, I definitely would take the code test. Not a big deal. I mean, I operate because I got for a lot more free time. Yeah, I sit on the beach with my paddle and I could probably do 20. More comfortable, like a Farnsworth at 20 words per minute, but maybe slow it down to about 15. But yeah, for good conversations, it's not a problem. I used to operate CW mobile when I was driving around a lot in Southern California. It was kind of fun. Those are the old days. That was our digital mode back in the day. These kids don't get it, but anyways. Yeah, that'd be fun to do. I think I did operate in a reciprocal agreement, I think. I forget how it worked, but I was with a friend in Singapore, and I was able to operate with my Thai call sign in a reciprocal agreement, but that may have changed in the last couple of years. So, yeah, maybe I'll start collecting foreign call signs, something new to collect. It's kind of another hobby, right? And it's really weird having a 2x3 call sign again. That's the hardest part. And it's kind of a tongue twister. I never thought I'd have a Z, a Q, and a V, but very distinctive in CW. So I definitely get people coming back to me. Hey, Hotel Sierra Zero, Zulu, Quebec, Victor, otherwise KF7AY, John, in Thailand, KD6CWI. Yeah, so you have an email in QRZ. It's your call sign at cara.org. I don't know if that's good. I got you the association in the Philippines. It's the Philippine Amateur Radio Association, otherwise known as PARA. Amateur Radio Association, PARA. And I can email it to that email address. Like I said, the call sign at cara.org. I don't know if that's good. Otherwise, you can email me the call sign you want me to send it. My email in QRZ is good. And you can get all the information in regards with getting an actual Philippine call sign or a dash to use, whatever you want to do. But that's the only association you need to link yourself to. And just a little bit of information. My other hobby, if you look at my QRZ, let me reset.
I do competitive shooting, so I brought firearms already in the Philippines. Probably 2 handguns and probably 600 rounds of ammunition. There's a different association that you need to get a license from over there. And the license over here, you bring your firearms into the U.S. Customs to verify it came here in the United States, and then the letter from the president of the United States Amateur Shooting Association, I think USPSA, I think is what it's called. With all those documents, you can transport it. You have to tell the airline that you're transporting firearms. They put it in a red box in a plane. So it's all same kind of red tape that you need to do on the hobby. I'll bring it back to you, John.
Okay, great. Yeah. That email's good. I think it's been good for the last 20 years, maybe longer. Yeah. Ooh, it's 2026. Okay, cool. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I guess my problem is I think I've been in touch with them before, but you know, when you're going with friends on a holiday, it's hard to get away. So I guess my only issue there is coordinating. You know, when I'm going to be there and when I can take an exam, because I'm usually there only a week or two, and full of activities, so it's a little bit distracting. But maybe I'll just do a trip where I'll schedule an exam, you know, get it all worked out before I come, and then stay as long as I need to take the exam, and you know, have fun in between. I love visiting the islands in the Philippines. There's so much to see, and that's the great thing about living over here. You know, I just wait for the cheap flights. I go to Vietnam, Cambodia, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines. You know, because the flights sometimes are. I think Vietnam's $25 one way, so I go to Vietnam quite a bit. You know, it's cheaper than a bus. But right now, a little hectic traveling by air, but hopefully I've had some friends that have had trouble with canceled flights and everything going back to like UK and Europe, going through the Middle East, but hopefully that'll all calm down quickly. So very good, yeah, appreciate the help. It's kind of cool talking to you all the way in the States, but you're from I guess you're from the Philippines, or how often do you visit? HS0ZQV. I'm located in Pattaya, Thailand. Yeah, so, I'm from there, as you know. That's why I know a lot of stuff. One thing I can tell you is before you do the licensing, I would coordinate, you know, the link that I'm going to send you, you can coordinate with them. There's an all-star node that you can connect to. I'll try to send it on the email too, and see if you can get some stations in the Philippines, and one of probably the officers you can contact to All-Star in the Philippines under the association, and coordinate with them prior to taking the trip. You know, and then schedule the exam and everything else prior to your trip, organizing it, because if you're going to do it over there, you're going to run out of time. But if you do it prior to it and coordinate, like on my shooting competition, I do 6 months prior. So I have to find matches that I have to go to over there and coordinate and disclose the matches that I want to compete in, and that's how you get the license. You can't just go there, you know, just like that. And I haven't done it. I think the last time I done it was like below 2020, somewhere between 2000 to 2010 to 2020. I can't remember the last time I did, but it's fun. Other than that,
the stuff that are going on right now, coordinate with the U.S. Embassy on any country that you go to, and stay away from certain locations that you're not supposed to be there. As an American, I would check on the U.S. Embassy on certain countries to avoid any stuff or whatever. I'm sure you're familiar with that. I'm just reminding you. I'll bring it back to you, John.
Yeah, Asia's always been tough with firearms and radios. I remember going on a business trip to Japan with another ham friend of mine on business, and he had an American. He had a Japanese radio on for the 220 band, and since it's a radio manufactured for America, he had his radio confiscated. I mean, he could have kept it and missed the flight, but he said it wasn't worth it. But it was kind of ironic. He had a Japanese radio that wasn't accepted or approved to come back into the country because it was on a different band. Same with a lot of countries. Radios were associated with I guess military coups. I guess you can do more damage now with your phone and a laptop than any radio these days. But how far we've come, and now this CB band here in Thailand, anyone can buy, is on, and they're pretty cheap radios. Most taxis have them. They're on 260 megahertz, so plenty of 220 equipment here. And I've learned a long time ago, getting a radio into Thailand can be challenging. I mean, you get it approved from America. I haven't had really any issues because I've had all the paperwork whenever they've had questions, but no real issue with the Thai license. They pretty much just wave you through. But I've learned once a radio's in Thailand, I never take it out. So if I went to the Philippines to operate HF, I would probably just buy another radio in the Philippines and then keep it at my friend's house there. So that way radios don't have to go back and forth. I've learned that. Also, that's how I travel so light. Pretty much have friends and family in every country I visit, so all my stuff's there. I don't have to really pack other than a backpack. So I keep the airfares low, no extra luggage, travel light, and then if I really need it, I'll buy it and just leave it there. So it's kind of a luxury of living in Southeast Asia is you keep a lot of friends. And, I reciprocate. I have friends that visit me and they leave their stuff here with me, no big deal. But that's just all part of the fun.
HS0 Zulu Quebec Victor KD6CWI. I'm looking at on the Philippine Amateur Radio Association under the flag on the top operating, and then look at foreign hams. The dash is a temporary permit for foreign amateurs, and then there's another one taking the amateur radio examination in the Philippines. And it tells you all the steps over here. They can give you a temporary permit to operate an amateur radio station, foreign visitor. That's the dash. And there's a whole list of it, John. It's fun. I think the CB on the Philippines is restricted a little bit. Especially, when you're operating with amplifiers over there or stuff like that. So, and then your license, instead of going to the FCC, they call it, where is it over here? National Telecommunication Communication is what it is. That's the FCC in the Philippines. It's called NTC, National Telecommunication Communication. And it's all in there. So I'll email you the link. And what I mentioned was, like in the Philippines, stay away from the southern Big Island, Mindanao. There's a lot of stuff going on, and there's some certain islands on the east side in the Visayas that you got to be careful where you're going. Especially what's going on right now. That's what I meant when I told you to check with the U.S. Embassy. I'll bring it back to you, sir.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've always known about the caution areas in the Philippines. It's improved quite a bit, actually, compared to, 20 years ago now. Now with what's going on in the Middle East, it's gotten bad again. So, yeah, I just want to be careful. Tourist places are okay, generally okay, but you never know. Just got to keep, watchful eye, due diligence, and know when a good time to travel and when not. So there's plenty of things to do here in Thailand. Right now we're winding down busy season, and I start traveling more in Thailand because never have to make a reservation for a hotel, a plane, or a bus, or anything. You can just take a backpack and just go anywhere and just book day by day. Whereas, the last 3-4 months, you got to book in advance pretty much everything, or you're going to be sold out. So, but I love when the summertime here. A little bit rainy, but so easy to travel around, and things are probably 2/3 cheaper. So you really stretch your dollar out here. Very good. Well, I feel like we're best friends now. They can come visit me in the Philippines, right? So I don't know how often you get out there, but yeah, like I said, I have a group of friends here, and we'll go to like Boracay or Cebu, somewhere near the beach. I mean, I live on the beach here, but the beaches are really beautiful in the Philippines, so we generally like the beach areas, but we pretty much go all over. I think I had a friend who just came back from Manila, so he wanted me to go with him, but I was a little bit too busy here doing some stuff. But there's always opportunity to travel with friends here, which makes it nice. And, locals everywhere I go. So, very good. Appreciate the help. You re-motivated me to get back. I guess, I didn't plan it out well enough, and when I got a hold of somebody, it was, maybe a month away to take the exam. But, yeah, we'll coordinate it, take the exam. Hopefully I can take it in English, or I got to learn a little bit, learn a new language here. Conversational Thai now, which is pretty challenging, but I can actually read and write better than I can speak. I think that's normal. Speaking is a challenge with the tonal language here, but it's fun, something to do. Keep the mind active. HS0ZQV.
Kilo Romeo 4, Kilo Alpha Whiskey. Mind if I join you guys? Under KF7AY, and on the comment section I put your Thai call sign over there. And once you what do you call this, register it on QRZ, just let me know, and then put your American call sign on it, and then I'll look for that American call sign and log in the contact on your Thai call sign once you get it registered. Okay, I won't keep you up, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you. Great exchange of information and stuff like that. I'm happy to assist you whatever I can. I'm looking forward to the next one. And have a prosperous and healthy 2026 to you, your family, and friends. 73 KD6 CWI.
Thanks again, Roman. Much appreciated. We'll talk to you soon. And you're not keeping me up. It's almost noon here, and lunch has just arrived. But there's another call sent out there. I'll say a quick hello. Thanks again. HS0ZQV, Pattaya, Thailand.